Yes, I'm learning about being home. Back in the text, I says it was 13. 14.
One per second, something. Change it. Come on, if it says upcoming or if it says live out there.
Everybody survived the snow apparently. I did. My grandchildren are loving their 6-day weekend. I think, yeah, he did stretch out, didn't he? He did.
You know that's right.
All right, I'll put it back in 2 days. Yeah. People that you make decisions, although ones who stay will manage to squeeze in on Sunday. Saturday.
We may or may not have been talking to
There you go. Oh, yeah, I went out several times. I do too. You're on here. Well, I'm in my house. Oh. I really got a couple of issues that I'm not. I guess, it looks about. I have a flat rating about that. Checking that from. I don't know why, but they actually use spread, so it's not making that. You give it up? There's about 8 inches on the Mississippi Gulf Coast of that in Pensacola Beach. My family, they have record snow. Anything like that since 1963. In Biloxi, in New Orleans, Biloxi, all the way over Panama City. They had almost blizzard conditions. Yeah.
You love that.
I just seen it on TV, on it, probably are so excited, so excited. There are people there that never.
I remember when I moved to Florida, to Tampa, when we were they trying to get away from snow in '76. My first night, like in New York, it snowed. I think everybody was so excited about seeing snow. I woke up and it's following me.
Oh, man. I don't want to go there. I mean, I don't want to freeze, you know. Oh, yeah. You can't get no traction, you can't go.
I was moving last night. I'm very clear roads.
I give them tracks like last night, and they report, I go out and the tracks, I put the snow was right forward, it tracks it down, and I hit all of the melted, and both tracks all over the main road, the two or five. I didn't realize how old that's the year. You can't see that. You got a wire beyond. Robert,
I'm getting a cell signal here is not miraculous.
I had one bar.
Yeah. There's a public Wi-Fi. Might.
Remember how we submitted it last time. Last time. Starts in April. Terrible, I swear that. Probably, literature in general, I occasionally get,
young matters. Just as different groups. Did you get them? Did you get the papers? Last meeting minutes. Last minute. So that you don't crawl down around your hands and knees to get your.
Praise up. Praise up. Praise up. We'll see how it goes.
I'll be there.
Good, you be there. You're not sure which day? We can help you here. I'm cold. Anybody cannot get warm. I got Kool-Aid running through my veins now. My blood's been replaced by Kool-Aid. I'm been here. Yeah. Oh, kids. Kids back to school. Please. Everybody say it. Please.
Please go back over there on the side. Was texting me.
Oh, next Wednesday? Always the first week in February, even if it's in the first week, I mean, we didn't have practice. Wednesday, Thursday, we didn't have Tuesday night, we didn't have last night. So, we're trying to meet, community, like, one, we want to go we had a rehearsal. I'm the rehearsal tonight and tomorrow. And, so we, it's been a weird year. Just short.
In case commissioners are coming in, we'll check out the house. Yeah. Talking about taxes.
Just on the serious bus, starting to get up high.
You go again?
Yeah.
They got it. Not there. We help Calvin some.
They will be in the town.
I've seen it that. Good luck. Congratulations. Don't get me. It's hard for kids. I know that.
Well, please, parent needs to.
No, there's no question.
There's no way out of that. living in my house, eating my food, soaking up my electricity, sleeping on my bed, wearing my clothes and my stuff. I couldn't eat and couldn't sleep. You know, what?
Right. It's easier now to make a experience. That's it.
Yeah, I have to have a little home life that I had today. I haven't got this year, this year, the hospital got that. Oh, no, the year is way back in. Okay, at this point, I don't have any needs. It's all. There are plans and different programs that we can do with this.
I've been to see I've been down to the, solar and school. Is it down?
But you know what, here's the thing about school. You know, you know,
They won't stay. They don't want to leave. They get better attention and better
because
vision.
it's smaller, class size. They get additional lessons. And you do it like that, it will always want to be better. And there's usually ones who have reading, math, technical. So they do that education and they do the store.
And I would like to agree with meeting to school with Terry Collins.
Parents, she's amazing. She's amazing.
She's always
She just really, sorry, with me. When I come to, and she black and I, she's really, yeah.
well, I got a team. There's some town. Had enough kids that shit too. But I put it down at the ball. And there were some kids who were looking back good.
Somebody at the immigration.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Well, you were up there.
Yeah, I went on Friday and came back Saturday.
And then
They didn't go through it.
I went on.
Put my son in the lab and
When they told me I didn't have
My nephews were up there and they said like, the lines were so long, and then, because they had that rash beforehand, and then you start coming again, so he said that he left at night, just like that, and I was super the next day,
It's so good to see you.
I don't know who you're down there,
All right, good cold afternoon to everyone. Glad to see you all here. It is now 4:01. We'd like to call this special board meeting Thursday, January 23rd, 2025, 4 p.m. 4:01 to order. We're at the point where we need approval of the minutes from the January 9th meeting. Second, moved and second. All in favor? All not in favor? All right, so the minutes have been approved. We're at a time where you all can join us, public comment, 2 minutes limit per person, please. Yes, sir.
I am just brought up here before about the access for the low mobility people that come in, and I'm concerned with that as well, that we be able to make it easier for them to vote. So I wondered if you had even considered, since we only have one question on the ballot, using paper ballots for that. I don't know if you could use an emergency excuse that they've leaked the login and the password, which has been, but it'd be very simple for them to have a booth there in the library, mark it, you can scan it in the tabulator to count it, or, and then it's also used for hand counts too. and to be able to do that. And you would have to have all those machines up there away, you would have the security machines and all of those things as well. So I just offer that as a submission, if it can be done for whatever reason, that you consider using paper ballots, or maybe if there's a need at a marking device or somebody has a local mobility one, then you do that. That's all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. We're at old business. One of the things that caused us to come today on this cold day was the approval of moving East Macon-Bibb from New Jerseyville Baptist Church to St. Paul AME Church. So we're at that point.
So moved.
Second, so there's been second, any discussion? Okay, all in favor? All not in favor? Okay, the ayes have it. So we will move that polling place. Also, now we're at finalizing early voting details, and I will be dealing with see what we have going on.
Right, we have, some interest in wanting to see us move all the satellites and such. That's certainly doable. Due to the low turnout, in my opinion, it might not be the financially responsible thing. There's most of them be standing around staring at each other almost the entire day, every day.
Everything.
Yeah.
What has the city asked us to do?
The email I got from Blake Sharp and, he had talked to some people and they were interested in that.
They want us to do Saturday and Sunday.
Well, Saturday's May, you don't have enough.
Both Saturdays and Monday, right?
Sunday is not. But again, we have to look at the fact that we want to remain constant for the people. Because if we flip-flop, we're not paying for it, it's not coming out of our money. And if they're the ones that are telling us what to do, then, you know, it does seem that we would have people standing doing nothing, but we have people who don't really do that.
I would guess that the mayor has asked that we provide a day or something, but it came from Blake. Yeah. Now, another question is, what are we doing about our early voting sites? Because that's a question as well that we have asked. It has to be answered at this meeting.
Yeah.
We
have to include some of the times I'm thinking about it, but our planning and zoning have a meeting, they use it every Monday. Having it available for early and handicapped. Reaching out to see if they might have us there for elderly and handicapped when they're not having. It'll be
Who's that planning zone?
right. It'll be a little inconsistent, not Mondays, but I
But
will
we
be
can't
talking
use the
to.
judge's office.
I'm not seeing anything saying that. Everything new again, to put some more stuff in there to make it.
I don't know if they just have an X-ray machine that you walk through and help the kids.
They've got 3 cases in March, 2 cases in February.
That, I mean, that's the process that they're using.
I watched a lot of the trial there last week. Last week recently, they had a jury trial.
And
it was, it was nice and everything, but I imagine it's such a nice facility. I imagine that Judge Hanson would want to have more trials over there. What you hear there.
but the question is, what's more important, having trials over there where they have no location outside the election?
But again, clearly we can see that.
Just a question.
But we know, but we can answer the question, because clearly we see the answer, they don't care about us, because if they did, well, this is not something that we just started talking about today. So it's, to me, it's just not something that we're gonna discuss today, because they don't care, because they know we need the space, and they know how the limitability is, so, I mean, that's, thanks, Mayor.
But have you talked planning and zoning yet?
Not yet, because They've been closed some of the days. I want to, so.
And library's not available.
It's too small. There's really no space. If they didn't have that circulation bid, and it is truly a circulation bid. Yeah, so. Yeah. All right, Mr. Julian, so when are we going to have the final polling places identified on the website for early voting?
As soon as the board decides which ones we're gonna have. That election day ones, we'll put them in the update probably by tomorrow.
But, you know, we don't have any choice on the 2 Saturdays and 2 weeks early voting.
Right.
3 weeks of early voting, and 2.
3 weeks of early voting. The 3 weeks of early voting for 7,000 people, everybody gets their own week. And each person will have a week.
And that's for the
I mean, I'm not being mean or anything, but the turnout for our local mayoral election is what, 70%, 12%? I can't imagine the turnout in this being above 10%. I would hope it'd be more. But we have been requested by the city to have every voting day available.
Exactly.
And I'd like to do, you know, the city's been very good at that. Whenever we need anything, we get it. And so if the city requests, Mr. Attorney, Mr. Blake Sharpton, asked, so, we also need to finalize whether we're going to open all 3. I mean, having one Sunday voting doesn't bother me, if that's what they want. But having all 3 early voting sites, I don't know. Somebody else think something?
I think it's kind of overkill. The question here is accessibility. One of the other 2 voting places that we open needs to drive up. We really only need 1. And I'm going to disagree with you. Especially if you give our money to everybody's money. But I understand what you're saying. It's not coming out of our budget. I agree. My feeling is such small turnout. I don't see the need for all 3.
And I can agree with that.
For
For early voting.
For all, having all 3.
I don't see the need to have all 3.
I can agree with that, but I feel, me personally, we fail the people with accessibility. So if we're gonna meet our end of the bargain, we need at least 1 or 2 of those other places open so they can be accessible to the public. Because when we came in this building, one of our things was accessibility. We have failed the people. And we have yet to get what they need. And therefore, you know, we'll have to vote, of course, and we can all express our opinions, but I want everybody to keep in mind that was that's always been one of our public comments at every meeting. And we have yet to solve that problem.
The only thing about early voting is our last election, 60% of our voters voted. So to me, the early voting is that early voting and coordinates our precincts. And I'm struggling with that. I understand what you're saying about saving money and everything, but our voters vote early now.
There's also
The mayor is still.
That is true. We only had 2,700. We had 2,700 absentee ballots this year. Majority of that was early voting. So I'm not sure what the answer is. I mean,
my comment is that only vote for, my comment is that not voted off for the 2. One of the other 2, if you have accessibility, go way up to the front door and get out. You can do that.
talking about the early voting. No, there's no question. It's easier to vote early voting. Is that what you're saying?
For accessibility, we don't need all 3 locations because it's just not that turnout. We do need one where you can drive up to the.
So you're talking about either here or Lane, here and Lane Lucas. Here and there. Or do you want to leave out? Which one do you want? No, we gotta talk about this. You're talking about either having like here and Lane Lucas.
Over here to the nursery.
So the thing of it is,
Yes.
Sarah Nursery, do we know the availability? Is anything going on there? Any restrictions that we may have?
Right, so the motion we're kind of looking for is that we, on our 3 weeks of early voting, we have two open sites. We have here, and we have
And one or the other.
one
Yes,
here
one.
and Elaine Lucas.
My motion would be for
Okay.
And then in addition to that, I would like for us to have one Sunday here only.
half-day, but you normally go
From the times we had,
What we done in the past, count
1 to 4, was that it?
1 to 5.
1 to 5, only one Sunday, and I don't care which one you use. Just to make the city happy. So the motion would read now that we have 2 early voting sites open, which would be here in Elaine Lucas, and have 1 day of Sunday voting, which would be the middle Sunday here only, from 1 to 4, or 1 to 5.
I have a motion on the table, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we got it. Good job.
So, I just want to make sure the city is happy with what we're doing, because it's so good to us. I want to make sure, and I want to give everybody an opportunity to vote. It's a big deal for our city to start, believe it or not. I wish more people would vote. I said this before, our national elections, nobody in our national election has ever put out a fire or hired a policeman or done planning and zoning or paved a street or put up a red light or done any of that. And yet our turnout for our local elections is under 10%.
I wish we could go to everybody's house and put them on.
I do too. I don't need it. Local elections mean something.
We can't, local elections mean a lot, but again, we have no control over that. But we want to make sure that we are accessible to the people and to all people. Thank you very much.
And I also want to make it very clear that we need to work on a solution to the,
I've asked for opinion, but I've yet to be given that opportunity, so. Mr. Nolan, do you have anything you can discuss with us?
I do not.
Question, which Sunday?
Sorry.
Which
what
Sunday?
Sunday do you want?
You said it was the.
Is there a Sunday you can have off, but you don't work 3 weeks straight like you did before? I don't know. More y'all figure it out. Left it up to you.
Well, no, I mean, it would be nice to not have them work the 3 weeks straight or something like that, so.
So the Sunday, you know,
The Sunday at the tail end,
I think that would give a Sunday in between.
so what day?
Um,
My calendar is like, I don't know.
I can't remember that. We did have a good people turn out this past Sunday for the federal elections. We did. We did. Had a great turnout. And I think people will come Sunday. I think people will vote Saturday. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. That's what we can hope.
Well,
March 19th is the election day, so it'd be the Sunday.
I think it's gotta be 18th next Tuesday.
18th is a Tuesday, so the 16th would be the Sunday before, so.
Everything after that Friday is completely off.
Right, you can't
So
do
the
it. It's gotta be
16th would be,
Have to be a week.
the 16th would be more.
That's 3 days.
it's 3 days before, so
Have to be the week before. So that'd be
it
nine,
would have to be the 9th.
March 9th.
So in order for,
Has to be on March 19th, I think we all get the day off on the 20th. Is that right?
probably not, because if you do it on March 9th, they will be setting up the weekend for the 18th. So it'd probably be better to do it on the 2nd. Probably better to do it on the 2nd. What do you think, Norm?
Either
Because
one's
you
fine.
all will be
Either one's fine with
setting.
Either one's fine because we're gonna be delivering the equipment on the 16th and the 17th.
Right.
So either one will work because
So
it'll
the
be.
2nd would be better, because at least on the 9th, you all will have some time to spend with your family. The 2nd, is everybody in agreement for the 2nd?
Sure.
And we can get that out as soon as possible. Now we're at the point where we can have more public comment, please limit those to 2 minutes.
I appreciate bringing up the cost of this as a taxpayer.
I agree.
Being fiscally responsible, it's our money that's being spent. And if there are ways to save money and still allow the voters to vote, which they can, because there's no excuse absentee ballots, so there's no reason they can't vote that way. or early voting or election day. There are multiple ways to vote. That when decisions are considered, you take into account how much money that is costing us for extra days or extra locations, the number of precincts we have, all of these things cost more money, makes us have more machines and all. So it'd be good if we're having decisions like that, there could be a dollar amount attached to that, saying, if we open this location extra, it's gonna cost us this much money. If we have, if we were able to pare down a precinct or two that's hardly voting at all now on election day, how much money would that save? How much money would some of these decisions save us if we change some of that and look for ways that we could be more efficient and better stewards of the taxpayer dollars? Thanks.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we are using fewer poll workers.
Remember, it's my question and answer. Thank you. I beg your pardon.
I thought I was gonna agree with Mrs. Summer. But I may be wrong, but I thought that we budgeted every year for elections, or the board, or, you know, that we budget every year for elections. For consistency, I think that you should always use all polling places, because everybody who may vote doesn't keep up with all the changes. The communication is not good. Everybody's not on the internet. Everybody doesn't hear everything. They end up taking time away from their jobs or businesses to go to where they think they can vote, only to find that that one's not open today, you gotta go to another one. That's all the time they have, and they miss voting. And I just think for consistency, you just always have every place accessible that is commonly accessible for early voting and for their various precincts. I just think it's not a good idea to change it every time or midstream or however, just because people don't keep up with it. I mean, I wish everybody would fill up the polling places every time, but they're not going to. But that very one who goes to that polling place and finds it shut down is going to miss their opportunity to vote if they can't get away to get way over upside down.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I thank y'all for doing the accessibility, because that was one of the problems when people were voting, for them to have to early voting, come in and walk a long way. So I appreciate that part. And I'm in agreement with what she's saying about people. I think that we need more publicity as far as they need to have the date come, they're starting early. This is up until the day that they can vote. This is Sunday vote on this day, because a lot of people miss it. Channel 13 may have it, some people may do 41. So they need to make sure they have it on the news channel and radio station for people to hear. So as long as they're advertising and they're putting it out there, because a lot of times it does not get out there.
So, second to adjourn, thank you. You guys have a great day. Stay warm.
Can I make a post meeting comment? When it comes to planning and zoning, they do have meetings scheduled like the first and third and the second and fourth, but not all the time. And it's possible, and I'm not just floating it out there, with these other community building, meeting places that we have, it might be possible for planning and zoning to shift their meeting and allow y'all to have one for those couple of times that might overlap in an election period. Maybe not so much with this special election, but, you know, when we get down to those more populated, like governor's races or whatever.
And I haven't really been in those meetings, so I don't know if they have power outlets, or and stuff like that. I don't know.
They do. The only thing I would think it might be difficult for them to do, because they've got like the dais and they've got all the audio and visual kind of stuff that's set up already. So it might not be worth it for them to move, but sometimes they do shift their calendars around too. So it might be worth the discussion with Jeff. Oh, downstairs.
Yeah.